Lights out on the hour. It is the hour of the time. Lights out for the curfew of your body, soul, and mind. This is Richard Greaser, and you're listening to the Paznia Radio Network. I can't hear myself crazy. Turn it up a bit. Yeah. Hold up. Hold up for a minute, sir. Yeah. Hold up for a minute, sir. Let me grope your dick. You're free because of my threat to beat you with a stick. Aren't you glad that we're here to keep you safe? Wait just 1 second, don't use that brain. Sir, you must get back in line. No, you can't smoke cigarettes or have a spine. You were born to follow my master's rules. Didn't you listen to what they taught in school? Compliance is defines my ass. I'm not listening to your fucking trash. Now you're just wasting my time and you're saying I'm the one committing a crime. You think you can burn it all to the ground, plundering and thinking I'll just bow down. Well, I'm here now to fix shit, and I'm not asking for a permit.
Look at me, what do you see? Living life in infamy, can't you see? Winning is my destiny.
The world is my ashtray.
The world is my ashtray.
The world is my ashtray.
The world is my ashtray. What is clear you fail to see is I won't ever lose my steam. You aren't going to crush my dreams.
The world is my ashtray.
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 I read Atlas Shrugged too many times to be stopped by your devious designs. Dropping credentials and dropping truth, eviscerating, slop, investigating like a sleuth. You can fight, but I got home field advantage, and my wife thinks I've got brain damage. Outlaw smoking, but the system robs you blind. Safety is more important than using your mind. Fool me once, you can't fool me again. At least Toby Keith said he liked freedom. They're dropping bombs, I'm dropping bars, acting like they're worshiping Mars. You can feel the shift in the wind, the tides are turning their control thin. The revolution is being podcasted, and it's clear they already lost it.
Look at me, what do you see? Living life in infamy, can't you see? Winning is my destiny.
The world is my ashtray.
The world is my ashtray.
The world is my ashtray.
The world is my ashtray. What is clear you fail to see is I won't ever lose my steam. You aren't going to crush my dreams.
The world is my ashtray.
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 I remember before, all you knew my name. Flying under the radar, watching you be lame. Hiding in the shadows, hearing you slide. Oh, thinking you were at the top. 40 hours per weekend, smoking cigs. Grinding harder while y'all feel slop the pigs. You didn't even know the game you were playing. Didn't understand the words you were saying. When I popped up on the scene, you tried to get me on your team, telling me how the news made you sad. Thinking I cared that you were mad. Resting on your credentials like it was a bench, while a fire burned that I couldn't quench. Now we're watching it all burn down, and you've been exposed as clowns.
Look at me, what do you see? Living life in infamy, can't you see? Winning is my destiny.
The world is my ashtray.
The world is my ashtray.
The world is my ashtray.
The world is my ashtray. What is clear you fail to see is I won't ever lose my steam. You aren't going to crush my dreams.
The world is my ashtray.
The world is my
Folks, welcome back to Music Mondays. It is Monday, April 20th, the infamous 420, which many people have celebrated through the years by smoking weed, and which you might be doing tonight if you're tuning into this. But I'll talk about 420 a little bit. It's a topic I guess I've been familiar with for a little bit, and I don't know. I think it's a fun topic. There's a lot of discussion to be had about it culturally, but this is Music Mondays on the Paznia Radio Network. My name is Richard Greaser. If you want to learn more about what Paznia is, the Free Republic of Paznia, go to paznia.com. You want to learn what Paznia Radio is, go to paznia.com/radio. But Paznia Radio, it's got all sorts of cool shows on it, lots of discussions of, that are exciting and or interesting for individuals that value freedom. And when I say freedom, it's not the freedom to pay taxes type freedom or freedom to, say the Pledge of Allegiance or to listen to the Star Spangled Banner before a sports ball game type of freedom. It's like actual freedom, like individuals that are looking to liberate themselves and not just live an existence where you are content with allowing the pedophiles tell you where you can't smoke cigarettes. So go check it out. Also go check out libertyunderattack.com, where you can buy non-KYC books. It's never been more important to have the ability to buy non-KYC books. Yeah, anyways, it's 420. Holidays about smoking weed. It's, Afro Man, huge part of weed culture, has for a little bit been one of the biggest memes in America. He took down the local crooked county cops in Ohio. He's going to be speaking at the Bitcoin conference. You got the PodConf Super Bowl next week. It's kind of like a paper Bitcoin / stablecoin conference. Those are going to be the two of the big topics. But there's going to be some fun side events that I'm going to be at. I'm going to be a part of. I'm going to be at the Noster event on Tuesday night, and that'll be fun. There's going to be a lot of great music. There's going to be some musicians showing up, and Tatum Turnip's going to be DJing a couple of my songs, I think. I've been trying to get Aubrey Strobel to show up and hear Tatum's DJ set, but so fingers crossed on that. No guarantee Aubrey's going to be there. But it'd be cool. I think she'd be impressed if she saw Tatum DJing. I think we'll all be impressed. But on Monday night, there's also going to be, or I guess it's like afternoon, 1 to 6. There's going to be an event with Pub Key that I'm going to be involved in. That'll be fun. So look out for both of those events. They're going to be happening. If you're in Vegas, I think those are two of the, best things to be at. And yeah, if you're out there, love to connect. I'll be roaming around. I'll be there. But yeah, I went real EDM heavy last time I did the show, and tonight I'm not feeling it as much. I'm feeling more like, the rock stuff. This song, "The World Is My Ashtray," that's just like the demo track. A lot of the music that I write like this, I just consider demo tracks that I want to produce, at a real level in the future. And I've been working on this one. I've been working on laying the vocals down for it. I was hoping to get it done before Las Vegas, and I kind of got sidetracked with a bunch of other things. And I've been working a lot on music and writing music in general. I've been playing the guitar a lot, and don't really have anything to share. But in the future, I will. I'm not very good at guitar, but I will be someday. And I don't know. It's been fun. It's been fun, but it's you kind of have these creative waves, or at least this is what I experience, where I get really interested in a specific topic that I'm excited about. I just want to focus on that, and it just consumes me, and it's hard to get to the other things, and so I kind of bounce uh, from one thing to another. And as I've really gotten serious about writing music, um, it's been harder to just write in general, and I feel like there's these different parts of my brain that I'm using, or part of it is just like finite time and energy. That's always been my issue. Like I've never been bored as an individual, and I don't understand how people get bored. It doesn't make any sense to me because there's so much shit that you can always be doing. There's so much shit that you could always be learning. There's not really an excuse to be bored. If you're bored, it just means that you're boring. And lack a little bit of imagination. And like I understand why people lack imagination because there's so much effort thrown at you to rob you of it throughout your life. But just because there are forces that are working against you, it doesn't make it like a valid excuse to be a victim and to say that, yeah, my creativity was robbed from me, and so I'm not going to be creative. I'm not going to pursue the things that I want to in life. Like I'm not going to live the life that I want to because X, Y, and Z happened to me, and now I'm sad and my feelings are hurt. If you're aware enough to understand like the impacts that certain things have had on you, that's a good place to start. But that's not the end of the story. It's time to figure this shit out and how to reclaim your power and control. Uh, we've been talking a lot about the first turning on the Bugle Weekly podcast, and it's a great meme. It's just it's so wonderful to live in the first turning, but so many people are living in the fourth turning. They're just stuck in doom loops, stuck in woe is me, the world sucks, or whatever. It's all falling apart. It's a bummer. It's a bummer to be around that energy. It's just a bummer in general. It is time to be optimistic. It is time to believe in yourself. And it is really advantageous too, because a lot of other people aren't. And if you have the ability, to believe in yourself and to be stoked on life, you're going to be way ahead of a lot of people. And we live in a competitive world. We live in a very competitive world where people are just going up against each other. It doesn't always have to be like a fight, like a vicious fight. Like, you're just competing for scarce resources, for, scarce attention. If you're like a content creator or musician or songwriter or, whatever, just creative in general, you are competing with something or someone at the end of the day. You're competing with time. That's a big one. Time's always working against us. And it's awesome to have competitive advantages and to look for those competitive advantages where you can find them. Uh, and you just, you don't, it really doesn't make any sense to just like add up obstacles in your way to make your life harder. Because there's a lot of areas that we have control over ourselves. If you're an adult, if you're listening to this, you're probably an adult, and you have some semblance of control over your life. I mean, there's a lot of areas you don't have control, but um, but it's important to really focus in on the things that you do have control over. And at the end of the day, you have control over your mind. And I think that's like, you really want to enjoy life. It's learning to master that. It's learning to master your mind. Have control over things like to wake up in the morning, feel excited about life, feel excited about the opportunities that you have in front of you, to feel focused, to be on a mission of sorts, and not just to be riding your bike and stick in the spokes, and then fall over and crash on your face, and then like blame BB or whoever you want to blame, or your mom or your dad, or whoever. But yeah, anyways, I'm stoked. Let's go to a break, music break, and then I'll be back and I'll talk about 420.
A man stands silently, looking across the rolling plains. The storm clouds are rolling in, the wilderness is his domain. He'd rather risk danger than be trapped in the routine. His freedom is more valuable than being part of the machine. He set off to the unknown because he had to find his way. The expectations of others was making his heart decay. The echoes of the past remind him why he made his choice. If you let others speak for you, you will never have a voice. The storm clouds are rolling in, and danger is near, but the pioneer chooses to embark out on the frontier. Someone's safety, but he won't live in chains. He's burned all the bridges, no compromise remains. Death is round the corner, but for him it's not today. The struggle brings him purpose, he won't be led astray. His path is uncharted because he holds the pen, writing his own story. His destiny is his friend. He set off to the unknown because he had to find his way. The expectations of others was making his heart decay. A man with a vision doesn't fixate on the past. He enjoys every moment, knowing that it won't last. The storm clouds are rolling in, and danger is near, but the pioneer chooses to embark on the frontier. Someone's safety, but he won't live in chains. He's burned the bridges. History will remember his name. I don't know why the Lord cursed me with the ability to see a world trapped in darkness, thinking that it's free. People walk by with blank expressions like they're in a dream, but I can't join them 'cause I've seen things I can't unsee. I beg the Lord to take away the weight on my soul. I begged him to give me peace and let me feel like I'm in control. But no matter what I do, I can't shake the image from my head. The only path I can walk is to face the fight ahead. I wandered through the desert till I found out who I am. I learned everything I once believed was a vicious scam. The journey taught me to listen and to let go of regret. Now I'm in paradise, chain smoking cigarettes. The future looks bleak, but I cannot accept defeat. Getting backed into a corner with nowhere to retreat. The spiders spin their webs in order to trap those who resist. Yet I choose to walk forward into their midst. When I finally die, I know I will have lived well, with a clean conscience that I refuse to sell. The rules of the game are grotesque and insane, but if I do nothing, I would be the one to blame. I can't pretend to know how this story ends, but I don't have to walk alone because I'm with friends. The journey is a hard one, but is the only one I know. The opportunities before me are ones that I won't forgo. I don't know why the Lord cursed me with the ability to see a world trapped in darkness, thinking that it's free. People walk by with blank stares like they're in a dream, but I can't join them 'cause I've seen things I can't unsee.
The world around us may be crashing down. It's hard not to be consumed with doubt, but I'm okay 'cause you're here with me now.
Yeah. The person on the TV screens for more war, arguing that only dropping bombs can settle the score. More printing and surveillance, we've been here before, but the pain is so intense that it can't be ignored. Getting priced out of the things that bring you purpose. A generation aimlessly wandering, feeling worthless. The masses are angry, arguing who to steal from, but I'm just here trying to experience freedom. Being a slave to no one is what I dream of, but the slaves around me want me to be them. There are days it feels like I'm all alone, consumed by the isolation of being unknown. I'm glad you're with me 'cause I need it. Hopelessness is alive, but you can't be alone to defeat it.
The world around us may be crashing down. It's hard not to be consumed with doubt, but I'm okay
weight I drop from caring what people think. Why consider the opinions of the people bringing us to the brink? I just want to work hard, but they keep getting in my way, leeching off my labor because they have debts to pay. When sanity and honesty are discouraged and condemned, society lacks a moral compass. Truth is like dust in the wind. The temptation for despair grows like a raging storm. There is an anger in my chest for trying to make me conform. They tell me that I'm sick for trusting my gut and having conviction, while they spin their tales of insidious fiction. They think my body and mind is their jurisdiction, yet the pictures they paint a riddle with obvious contradictions. The whole system is rotten from top to bottom. I will fight to the death before self-respect is forgotten.
The world around us may be crashing down. It's hard not to be consumed with doubt, but I'm okay 'cause you're here with me now. I've been searching all around, praying to be found, but I'm not alone because you're here with me now. With me now. With me now.
The truth matters because lies have consequences. You can't get to where you want if you accept their pretenses. Democracy is about using bad information to form consensus. Learning what's real, you must learn to trust your senses. It hurts to see how the world works, but hurts more to ignore it. Running up debts but future generations can't afford it. Having a future worth living in lies to the few that can see. We rely on those who are willing to die in order to be free. Many choose to sacrifice their lives to protect the status quo, dying for their rulers who sit in safety on their throne. Despite all the chaos, we found each other somehow. Hope is not lost because you're here with me now. The evil is overwhelming, but finding beauty is an art. Darkness is the absence of light. Lighting a fire is the start. Yeah.
The world around us may be crashing down. It's hard not to be consumed with doubt, but I'm okay 'cause you're here with me now. I've been searching all around, praying to be found, but I'm not alone because you're here with me
Alrighty, folks. Yeah, 420 is a funny holiday. It's I don't know. I feel like it was exciting in high school. There was a time in America where weed was like people weren't as friendly to it. It started getting legalized. It started to get more accepted. Like almost everybody smoked weed at least once or twice. Different people have different opinions on it. It's like a lot of Gen Xers don't like it. I think it's pretty popular in millennials. I don't really know what the Zoomers think about it. They're probably pretty friendly to it, but like they're probably vaping it. It's just that, Zoomers have just been so screwed with the psychological operation of vaping. And it's a bummer. I feel bad for them. I'm pretty sure like the reason why they're all growing broccoli haircuts is because they're vaping. They're not smoking. Like, but and I'm talking about smoking cigarettes in this case. But yeah, I mean, just vaping in general, it just loses its magic. Because what is smoking? It is essentially the act of like harnessing fire and somewhat of a ritualistic experience, like when you're engaging with this plant, whatever it is. To cigarettes is tobacco, with weed is uh, cannabis. And, tobacco is a very masculine substance. Marijuana is a very feminine substance. And I think like, like tobacco is like good for doing things, right? It's good. It's good for focusing. It's good for, working hard. You think of like a cigarette smoker, you think of like a blue collar masculine man out on the job shop site, like taking a break from like building a house, smoking a cigarette, something like that. A cowboy, um, just like, masculine activities. You think of weed, you think of, largely like sitting on the couch. Like weed could be good for doing things too. It's often used for like creativity. But like more masculine substances like tobacco are more about doing things, and the femininity of weed is like, what a lot of people use it for is they use it just for numbing out. Um, but weed culture has been fun, and it's something that I've watched for a long time. Like I mentioned earlier, Afro Man, one of the biggest memes in America, wrote the song "Cause I Got High." Uh, it's had a big impact because it's been the face of like modern day prohibition. You think of prohibition with like when they made alcohol illegal during around the last Great Depression, and you had all these bootleggers running around, and just like mass non-compliance, like government officials were drinking and speakeasies. Like weed has been that substance of American culture for a long time. And when we're going to look back 50, 70 years from today, they're going to write about, I don't know if it'll be as romanticized as like, these bootleggers with their like souped up cars, like running from, the cops that are shooting at them with Tommy guns. But like, to some degree, it's been like that in a lot of ways. It's been a form of, mass compliance, and like 420 has been in a lot of ways that meme. It's been a meme of non-compliance, of gaining some autonomy, because like it's just, we live in this society and this culture that's very strange, where there's restrictions over what you can do, what you can put in your body. I mean, it's just, and they're kind of silly, arbitrary restrictions. Like I don't think there's really any laws about eating rat poison. I don't think that's illegal. You don't get pulled over when you're driving. The cop asks you if you ate rat poison. Uh, people typically don't do it because there's not like a positive effect from it, or like a desirable effect from eating rat poison, unless they're trying to um harm themselves. And like at this point, like you don't even need to do that. You can just go to Canada and like they'll kill you if you want to have that happen. But it's just, this culture of, the pedophiles being able to have the power to tell you where you can't, or what you can and can't put in your body. It's just it's a strange power dynamic, right? Because it's like everybody knows they're not following the rules, and yet they're the one dictating the rules in which you have to follow. It's just it's from a psychological standpoint, it's really kind of, I think it's destructive for your psyche. And so for that reason, I appreciate holidays, or just like the celebration or memes like 420, because in many ways it's a meme of autonomy, and it's a meme of self-determination. And uh but at the same time, like there's like a double-edged sword with this, of like, a lot of people that smoke a lot of weed are kind of lame. Not all of them. There's a lot of great people that smoke weed. And, with the legalization of it, I think it's kind of made it lame at the same time. Like with the dispensary experience, with the over engineering of these products, with all the other stuff that comes with it, it's really become a very different substance than it historically has been. And I think, when it's, some people will be like, oh, it's capitalism. And I don't really think that's the case because there's not really a free market for their stuff. They're very regulated markets, overly regulated markets. It's very different in different places where it's legal, uh but it's almost like when things go mainstream, they become lame. Because they become a part of the system, which is really problematic in a lot of ways. Because you're starting from the point of someone telling you, like giving you permission and respecting their authority, which is it's just a strange position to have, to give somebody dominion over you in your life. It's a very strange starting point to start from, that I don't believe is natural. And that's why you see all these unnatural responses coming from it, like vaping. Like why was vaping ever a thing? It wasn't because people were worried about it being bad for you, even though it was like a marketing thing. And no, it was because people wanted to smoke indoors and they couldn't. And so they figured out a way to do it that they thought that they could get away with it, and they blew fruit juice all over people. Um, and it was pretty lame. But I there's something to be said about weed culture, of like, some aspects of it being really cool. A lot of people went to jail. A lot of people like had conviction and believed in something. And I think, you always have to have kind of an adversarial mindset with some of this stuff. Like, I think part of the reason why weed culture proliferated so much is because it wasn't really non-threatening. It was like, or at least like a lot of the aspects of it were really like, what's subversive about the movie Pineapple Express or Friday or whatever. It's just like, like people are like Harold and Kumar. They're fun movies, but they're inherently not subversive. It's like, this a promotion of this idea of like, we're going to do an illegal activity to have a better time sitting on the couch and doing nothing and eating pizza, or sitting on the front porch, or whatever it is. There's something that could be a lot deeper in these movements. And so when these memes go mainstream, I think you kind of have to have the question of like, why? Because almost everything, all the narratives that are being propagated that make it out of that reach escape velocity, they essentially have been allowed to. A lot of the weed movement has been about, the idea of legalizing it. Which, this idea of civil disobedience, I think is the wrong mindset, because it's the mindset of being governed. It's the mindset of trying to influence an institution that's not legitimate. Like, people don't have the right, when you are in your home doing what you want to do, you should not have the right to tell you what you can and can't put in your body. And in the discussions around, like weed increases crime, or, whatever. It's I think it's inadequate discussion, because the problem isn't people smoking weed. The problem is, people engaging in crime, and it tends to have to do with other circumstances. Like, if you're worried about crime, then you should be worried about crime at the largest scale. About, the wars that are being fought for who knows why. All the people getting killed and murdered. All the bullshit. All the children that are being hurt. The taxes that you're being extracted from. I mean, I can't think of much things that are more criminal than paying taxes on cigarettes. Not only do you have to like when you go to the store to buy cigarettes or whatever, like not only do you have to KYC by law, you have to pay taxes to the institutions that are telling you where you can't smoke. That's backwards. It's all backwards. And so I think it's like, yes, there is a lot of fun to the meme of 420, but there's also a lot that could be thought about it. There's a lot that could be learned from various angles of like how do you like educate and shift the public perception is one. How do you engage in influencing culture, but also how are big memes co-opted and influenced in a way that's really not beneficial to you? I think right now is like, the most convenient time for the ruling class to legalize weed, because people are pissed. They're crashing out. Weed will help them not crash out. It'll help them not care. Like, one thing weed is really good for is it's just it helps you tolerate bullshit. It's like a very, very feminine thing. It's, and a lot of people like to have like codependent relationships with it. Instead of dealing with their problems, they just want like an enabling mother to come in and give them a hug. Okay, it's going to be okay, Sonny. Like, you don't have to worry about the world burning or down around you. Like, you can sit here and you can eat your Taco Bell and you can watch Netflix. It's going to be okay. Give you a big hug. You can just get super stoned. And that's like one of the downsides of it. Like, there's like most things in our culture, there's not a very good discussion around how to have a good relationship with the world around you, including the substances that are available to you. Because you can, like, these things could be really beneficial. Like, weed could be a very empowering thing for you if you want it to be. Or it could be immobilizing. It can make you retarded. It just depends on how you use it. It depends how you approach it. It's, I think these types of substances, like you do have to understand that they do have power, and the power which they do have to influence you. It's like, if you're drinking and you're drinking a lot, it's not always the best idea to do certain things, like call your ex-girlfriend, or like talk to cops, or I don't know. I mean, there's certain things like you get your mind altered, and it's not always a good scenario to be in certain situations. And it's important to be just aware of the power of that, but it's also, I think, important to understand like the long-term impact of these things. And I just don't, I don't think weed is bad. I think it's powerful. It's a tool, like a lot of things. And with any tool, it's good for certain things and bad for other things. And, maybe the best thing at times is to numb out and like just get through shitty things that are going on. But sometimes you kind of need to be rooted in the present and deal with this shit. But sometimes like the best thing for you could be smoking a weed, detaching a little bit, and like focusing in on something creative. Like it's good for that. Or like listening to really good music. Like smoking weed and listening to music is cool. A lot of people like it. A lot. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got mixed feelings on 420. It's there's a lot of pleb slop associated with it. And I think weed culture has some really, really cool aspects of it, of like, you know, being very anti-authoritarian, anti-establishment, but it also has a lot of aspects of it of just being kind of lame. Uh, and like when you think of like the average stoner that is depicted in a movie, it's not really setting a good example at all. So a feminine couch potato. So I think it's good. It's good to be aware, you know, of like those types of inputs of like, you know, what types of messages are being presented in this stuff, and just being, you know, kind of cognizant of it. Or at least I try to be. I think it's helpful for me to be a little bit aware of the inputs that I'm bringing into my mind and my body. But I hope you're having a wonderful 420. And in my hope is that you're celebrating autonomy at the end of the day. I'm not smoking weed today, but I'm celebrating autonomy, and I'm celebrating, you know, American culture and like its rootedness in being ungovernable. I'll talk about that a little bit when I come back from the break. This is Masters of Slop that I wrote a while ago, and followed up by a new one from Rod Palmer. He did well, I don't know, like a cover of Paper Made Men.
The bandwagon while it's hot. It's time to twist the plebs up into knots. They are useful cannon fodder. Shouting the roof's on fire. Tell the sane that they are liars. Who cares about truth or honor? Whip up a raging storm, direct those who are uninformed. They wanted a moral crusade anyways. Weaponize all their fears, manipulate them to become volunteers to them like a loaded gun, rob them of any fun. Their minds are yours to steal. They will sing how you are great, amplify what you create. Whatever you say they think is real. You are the master. You are the masters of slow. The crowd cheers when you talk and boos the ones you mock, not understanding what they do. You think they're on the winning side, repeating talking points you provide, parroting all that you spew. Follow the master, follow the masters of slop. Manufacturing a divide, conquering by forcing them into sight. It's too easy not to do. Shake the jar and watch them fight. Fill them with venom and spite. The playbook isn't new. Manipulating the masses, the true masters of slop. We were never in control, but the charts made it feel like destiny. Paper gains in the highlight, back to paper Bitcoin, summer again. Give me back to paper Bitcoin, summer again. Ride and tickle waves like they choose for no end. Dancing through the FOMO off chain and pretend. Yeah, we made it, paper made men. Get me back to where the candles never bent. On the 4-hour chart that sense. We were born to build, save, and defend. Get me back to paper, Bitcoin, summer again. They told us, not your keys, not your coin, but the announcements, the filings felt so divine. So we offered up the keys to the gods of BlackRock, pure infidelity. Hey, hey, no seed phrase, no node, just vibes and exposure. Our self-custody was a Robin Hood disclosure. Didn't have dreams, institutional beams. Nothing is real but the premium screams. We laughed at fiat, you begged for yield, traded sovereignty for quarterly fields. But in our hearts the mempool swells, and having cycles cast their spells. Get me back to paper, Bitcoin, summer again. Riding tickle waves like the truce with no end. Dancing through the FOMO off chain and pretend. Yeah, we made it, paper made men. Oh, get me back to where the candles never bend. On a 4-hour chart that forgives and transcends. We were born to build, save, and defend. Get me back to paper, Bitcoin, summer again. It was never about the coin. It was always about the feeling, the illusion of moonlight, announcements, time, and get me back to paper, Bitcoin, summer again.
Bombs are raining, times are changing, masses raging. What is reality? Cars are burning, it's the fourth turning, people hurting. What is the malady? I'd love to change the world, but it doesn't want to change. I cannot speak for you. You're not a poem to be arranged. While it's all burning, some are learning, they're rebuilding, salvaging what is left. Some are reading, constantly seeking, always achieving, rejecting mediocrity. I'd love to change the world, but it doesn't want to change. I cannot speak for you. You're not a pawn to be arranged. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Vegas. It's gonna be fun, and it's funny to crash out or watch people crash out about it. Um, it's fine. I mean, it's just people like to try and act as like gatekeepers over what's happening culturally, and there's a lot of nonsense. Like, what is the Vegas conference at the end of the day? Like, I mean, you're going to like KYC Central, Surveillance Central of the U.S. So like Vegas is like one of the least private cities in the world, probably. You get a lot of data collected on you when you're there, and it's a scientifically constructed. I think it's like your lab experiment. Where they're just trying to experiment on how to extract as much out of you as possible and manipulate your brain and your emotions as much. It's very overwhelming. It's very strange spot. It's a strange spot to have a Bitcoin conference, but what is the conference in and of itself? It's the PodConf Super Bowl. It's a pleb slot panacea, and it there's a lot of nonsense in it, but at the same time, there's a lot that's happening culturally. It's reflective of, in many ways, more so than just about anything. It's reflective of the Bitcoin culture, and like I think this is what uh, the conference organizers have done so well for years. Is they've done a good job of constructing something that reflects the culture, because there's so many aspects of what's going on. There's people talking about all sorts of different topics. Some of it's more freedom oriented, and a lot of it's more like politics and financial products, and nonsense. But that's a reflection of where we're at. And I think a lot of people crash out because they look at the reflection and they don't like it. They don't like what they see. And my answer to that is, if you don't like to see the reflection, then try and do something about it that's productive, and like offer something. And that's a lot to ask for a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to offer anything. They just want to be the critics, and they think that criticism is offering something. Um, in many ways, it's not. Like oftentimes, the grumpy critic is just reinforcing the validity of the things that they hate, or the perception of validity of the things that they hate. And this is something that the social ecosystem around Bitcoin is really bad. It's like they see something stupid and they can't help but being baited into raging against it. And it's funny. It's like I don't know how much money Peter Schiff has made through the years out of outrage marketing, getting a bunch of grumpy plebs to freak out at him and promote his stuff, because like what happens is like his target audience that he's shilling gold to, or whatever is paper gold, or whatever he's shilling at the moment, they probably already don't like Bitcoin. And so they see all these people that are acting like tards, call them an idiot or whatever, and it just like reinforces in their mind of like, oh, I should buy more gold, and this guy is getting like harassed by tards, and so I'm going to buy more gold. And it's the same thing with the shit coins and whatever. And it's important to feed into something productive however you can. And the Bitcoin music ecosystem, or not necessarily Bitcoin music ecosystem, it's just music that matters, is something that I care about, and is what I put a good portion of my energy into. And I like to put more energy into it, but I have to practice credential journalism at the same time. And but yeah, man, I love music, and that last song that I just played with, it was the first song that I ever performed in front of people. And for that reason, that will be, I think, always a special song for me. I think it's a good song. That's just the demo track. but I took the song and completely rewrote it, and I worked on it, for a very, very long time before I performed it in front of people. I performed it a few times, and I'm going through the process of rewriting it again. And I don't know. It's cool to have this like backlog of songs that I can continue to work through, and it's a lot of them are just like evolving and changing. As I evolve and change and become a better musician, and probably someday on this show, depending how long I stick with it, it's probably going to be mostly music that I'm just performing, and or that I've recorded and performed, and I look forward to that day. But but there's this question that I think is important to ask is how do you become culturally relevant? Like, you have a message that you care about, because like media and culture matters. It matters a lot. It's one of the most important things in the world is information and the way it's presented to people. And there's a lot of different ways to communicate information. There's effective ways and ineffective ways to communicate information. Uh, but like a good song, I think, is one of the best ways to communicate effective information, which is why the music industry is so controlled. And there's a lot of effort put into gatekeeping it, and making sure that people don't actually do anything subversive. It was like you see all of these figures throughout history that have been so much subversive and like had really good messaging, like they get attacked. I mean, it's just if they start to get big and influence culture in a way that people don't like, that are in power, they like there there's this really funny uh what's the word? It's just people love the Constitution in the U.S. and they're always talking about the Constitution. They're like, oh, British people, they don't have a constitution, or this country doesn't have a constitution, like their rights aren't protected or whatever. And like Afro man, like we're in 2026, and the speech is still a hotly contested debate, and it will continue to grow more hotly contested, because speech is in many ways it's power and influence, or it can be. And Afro Man was a cool example of him really sticking it to a corrupt institution of his local police department that was screwing with him. But he only had that power because he was an influencer, in a way. Like, he had a following, and he was able to leverage it to defend himself. And many people don't have that same power and leverage. And if you listen to some of his interviews, like, he talks about it, it's just like there's a lot of people that get mistreated by the police, and they're just kind of screwed. And that's why the meme blew up so much, is because there's a lot of people that are really tired of that. They're really tired of the corruption and getting mistreated. And it's exciting. It's like it feels vindicating. It feels validating. And so I think it's pretty cool that he's speaking at the Bitcoin conference. I doubt he knows very much about Bitcoin, but it's still pretty cool. I mean, he is somebody who's culturally relevant, and to be able to have a conference that draws him there is kind of cool at the end of the day. And those are the things, like a handful of things that I kind of get excited about. But it's also, there's a lot of people there that are doing cool things. And this isn't me shilling you to go to the conference. I don't care. Like, if you're listening to this, you probably won't want to go because you're probably a little bit more privacy focused. But like, if you're engaging in the media ecosystem, is valuable to go. It's valuable to go and engage, to network, to get your voice heard. And you kind of have to walk in these uh, circles to some degree, uh, if you want your voice to really matter. Um, to collaborate with people, to meet with people, and uh, but yeah, I mean, there's effective ways to to communicate topics, and I think one of the most effective ways to communicate is like giving people a message that's inspiring. And in order to give somebody a message that's inspiring, it has to be real and it has to be authentic. And a lot of people are really afraid to be real and authentic. And it's funny because like my music is a way for me to I think it's to communicate in a real and authentic way, and to cut through the noise and have it be like people can receive the ideas and messages through it. And I try and write in a way, that I talk about things that are fairly universal that people are experiencing. And I try to talk about things that I don't really hear other people talking about. Because I think it's important. I write about the things that are important to me. And and I just see this as kind of like a journey and a process of growth. It's not like um I really look at the stuff that I'm doing and I'm just like, yeah, like I deserve to be like heard by people. Like I don't really care. Like I like when people hear, but like I know I'm not even remotely close to where I can be later in my life. And I think it's a it's a process of growth and of learning. And it's just it's a very fun process. Like it's there's lots of topics and ideas that I've gotten very interested in throughout my life, and I put a lot of time into learning. And music is one of these ones that it's just it's endless opportunities. There's so many instruments you can learn. There's so many styles of music you can learn. There's so many just levels of skill that you can get. I mean, there's musicians that are really good musicians that like are kind of mediocre in the skill level. And then there's musicians that and they have some success and are really good and nice to listen to. But there's these other musicians that are really like next level, um, that are really incredible and not don't always have the biggest following. It's just it's interesting because I don't think skill always leads to success in the music industry, and it's not really like that's not me trying to criticize. Like there's a lot of reasons to criticize the music industry, but it's just it's good to look at and to try and understand why. And sometimes it's just like, how are things being communicated? How are you networking? Who do you know? uh a huge part of it is timing of where people are at. Like, are people in a place where they're able to or ready or willing to receive whatever the message you are um sharing? And a huge part of it is too is just persistence. It's about a lot of hard work. I mean, it's just it's cool to like be surrounded, because through this process of songwriting, I've met a lot of really cool and talented musicians, and I talk with them a lot, and I get to see the amount of work that they put into it. And I experience it too as I'm trying to write and perform this music. There's a lot of um work that goes into it, a lot of work. From learning guitar, my fingers are falling off. I got these like weird scabs on my hand, or calluses. They're not really scabs, but but I don't know. I think it's helpful to come from the mindset of like, if you're not having your message heard, then ask why. And the question why is important, and it's just you're always, as a creator or creative, you're always getting feedback, and sometimes silence is the feedback, and it's important to listen. Um, it's important to understand what your goals are, and like my goal is I want to be a good musician and a good songwriter. Like that's just where I'm focused on and what I'm interested in. It's not really about um and I just want to share, those things with people. It's not really like, um I don't have any lofty, goals with it. I just want to be good at. And I understand that I'm okay at it, or mediocre at best. And it's going to take a long time to get really good at it. It's just that, these things, I think things that are really like worth doing, or it takes hard work and determination. And I think Ron and I we've been talking a little bit, and I think we're gonna go through and talk a lot about the history of Bitcoin culture. And it's very clear that there is a lot. We've been talking a lot about pleb slop, and I know people are getting tired of it. I don't care. It's what it is. Um, but there was a while where you could just show up, and the only thing that you had to do was just say a couple things, and you just blow up, and people loved you, and they thought you were a genius. No shit coins. Bitcoin fixes the world. Uh, and it bred this culture that isn't really exciting. And part of it is because the culture is relatively new. A lot of people are thinking it's dying, and it might die. Who knows? Who knows if Bitcoin culture is going to die or not? Um, and I don't really like have too many strong opinions either way, if it continues or if it dies, because I don't think like the underlying messages of freedom and sovereignty are really going anywhere. I think those are um, deeply rooted in who humans are, and they're going to continue, and there's going to be a market for it, regardless of what the vehicle is, whether it's like Bitcoin pleb slop culture, or something else. And uh but where this crossroads of where the cultural ecosystem is at right now is it has the opportunity to mature and grow some depth. But in order for it to do that, the people engaging with it need to mature themselves and grow some depth. They need to grow, and they need to become better. And they need to be aware of the pain that they're feeling right now. And instead of just projecting it on other people and telling them, it's like Udi's fault or whatever, like actually confront that pain and do something with it, or else they're just going to be boring. Um, and so I think there's real crossroads. It's like, yeah, the suit coiners are here, the stable coin people are here. Uh, and they have a lot of momentum, and they have a lot of money. But there's a lot of individuals that have been really interested in Bitcoin as a technology that like actually care about freedom and sovereignty. And so really the future and the destiny of this cultural ecosystem, which the Beagle is a part of, it's up to them where it goes. Are they going to tear each other apart, arguing about renting hash rate Or are they going to come up with things that are actually interesting and compelling? And I'm feeling hopeful. Like one of the things I saw today, there's it hasn't been announced yet, but there's going to be a really cool documentary that is announced later this month that I'm really excited about. That I think is going to be awesome. Like there are people that are doing things, and like this is one of the challenges of like, if you're really dissatisfied with the things around you, you got to go and you got to search for the things that are really exciting, and you got to fight tooth and nail to promote, and fight for those, individuals or, groups or, whatever that are doing cool things, which is part of the reason why I do this radio show, because I think Paznia is pretty cool. But yeah, folks, next song is called Did You Think This Would Be Easy? Followed up by Marty Bent Says This Time Is Different.
When good men stand together and do what is right, there is hope for the future and victory is in sight. The forces of evil are daunting and scary. Temptations of submission will make anyone wary. What we are witnessing is a battle for perception. All they have is dishonesty and deception. They want you to be tired, afraid and alone. Their control disappears in the face of backbone. There is no way to control a population that is ungovernable. People are dangerous when they choose dignity over being comfortable. When you realize how much there is to lose, all you can do is stand your ground and refuse. All around us are people with brains dissatisfied with settling for living in chains. Inside them is a primal hunger for something more than settling for compliance and being a whore. When things become difficult, do you want to cower and hide? Or will you embrace adversity and take it in stride? To die with dignity is preferable to being a slave. History will look kindly on those who choose to be brave. There is no easy path forward, whether you comply or defy. In the end, no matter what, we all will die. Between now and then are lots of decisions. Means and information are the most dangerous munitions. People with brains dissatisfied with settling for living in chains. Inside them is a primal hunger for something more than settling for compliance and being a whore. When things become difficult, do you want to cower and hide? Or will you embrace adversity and take it in stride? To die with dignity is preferable to being a slave. History will look kind blindly on those who choose to be brave. When times become difficult, we are faced with opportunity to invest in each other, take care of our community. The soul needs healing in a world that is chaotic. Our pain has purpose, allowing us to be more than robotic. So tune into the bugle to fortify your mind and boost us with Bitcoin if our values are aligned. If you're listening out there, know you aren't alone. Join as we travel bravely into the unknown.
Marty Bent says this time is different. Bitcoin is one and it is magnificent. Governments are buying, so why aren't you? Don't you wanna be rich and cool? Odell is confused and doesn't think Lynn is hot. He's a gay bear who needs to be taught. Staying humble was cool during the bear market, but this is the bull, it's going up like a rocket. The future is bullish because Bitcoin has won. It's been a tough bear market. Get ready for some fun. The future is bullish when Trump shit coins. Game theory is in progress. Everyone will join. Plebs and podcasters are the vanguard. The world is going to use a Bitcoin standard. A Bitcoin standard. If you think about it closely, Matt is plain wrong. We'll have a bright futures because Bitcoiners are strong. We are all about to get rich beyond our imaginations. Podcasters will be royalty, deciding the fate of nations. So will this time be different? Only time will tell. Are we walking into heaven or are we ushering in hell? The spooks are here and they don't play by the rules. You can see if you pay attention to the clues. Bitcoin will go up priced in USDT. That doesn't mean that we will necessarily be free. Wanting wealth and comfort is not a sin. People are tired, they just want to catch a win. The future is bullish when Trump shit coins. Game theory is in progress. Everyone will join. Plebs and podcasters are the vanguard. The world is going to use a Bitcoin standard. Oda lacks faith in good old Dennis Porter. He's orange pulling the world, ushering in order. 70% approval rating is no small feat. He makes Bitcoin go up with breaking tweets. Remember all the people who were lazy, didn't listen to podcasts and called us crazy. Back then we listened to 40 hours every week, hearing Matt and Marty call us freaks. They listened to their podcast while they were poor. Bitcoin starting pumping and their prospects began to soar. Marty Bent says his time is different, and I think he might be right. But Matt's a gay bird thinking adversarially, still ready for a fight. The future is bullish when Trump shit coins. Game theory is in progress. Everyone will join. Plebs and podcasters are the vanguard. The world is going to use a Bitcoin standard. Use a Bitcoin standard.
Oh, it's gonna be funny doing this event with Marty and Matt. I like both of the guys. Marty Bent has just been like the king of pleb slop recently. It's been pretty hilarious. You ever having a bad day? If you're having a bad day and you want a good laugh, just go over to the TFTC channel and look at the thumbnails. Look at the thumbnails on the channel. It's so funny, and the clickbait headlines. It's so funny. I mean, there's been a lot of changes in the last year of how content works on the internet. The algos are changing. It's causing people to crash out. It's causing people to dramatically change their business models. And it's like one of the things is like when you play the game of making content for the plebs and playing the algo, it just has so much power over you. It has so much power over you. And there's like I think there's an ability to be kind of sovereign minded as a content creator, but many people struggle with it, and it's just I don't know. It's never been more apparent, I think, with the way these algorithms work, and just like how much control they have. It's super funny. Like I've been doing a lot of research into like why the changes in these algorithms have happened, and part of the reason why is because there's been like a dramatic drop of viewership across the board, almost on every social media platform and engagement, like whether it's Twitter or whatever. And like these platforms have realized, YouTube, like these platforms have realized a few things. So like YouTube has historically been a lot about doing tutorials and stuff. Like you want to know how to do something, you go watch a YouTube video. Now people are just asking their chat bots how to do it, and they're not watching as much YouTube. And so YouTube's like, okay, well, that's a huge loss in engagement. We got to figure out how to keep people engaged with their platform. And like the other thing is so many of the views are kind of like have historically been artificially inflated due to bots and whatever. It's why I just don't think like engagement is really that valuable as a creator. Like I just don't put a lot of stock into it. It's like it doesn't really tell the full story of like how people are interacting with your content, just because you get a view on a social media platform. And I think there's other ways to look at it. I mean, I get a lot of discussion, like thoughtful discussion. I'm oftentimes surprised when I'm talking with people about the Bugle content, like how dialed in some people are with it. It kind of shocks me because I'm not always getting that like feedback directly from the listener, whether it's found boosts or comments or direct messages online or whatever. And I don't know. It's I like one of the things I like about like people's responses to the content typically when I'm talking with them is they're thoughtful and engaged, and they kind of seem like they're understanding what I'm trying to communicate, and I appreciate that. But yeah, anyways, Marty says this time is different. Matt's gay because he doesn't think Lynn's hot. Fun stuff. Kind of getting towards the end of this show, folks. Got a couple more songs. We're getting back to the EDM. Bonnie and Clyde, followed up by Feel the Rage.
Someday we'll go down together, and they'll bury us side by side. They'll tell our story forever. Our legacy won't be denied. Our names written in history. They should have never messed with us. When we're together, there's electricity. They should have Someday it will come crashing down, but we were born unable to obey. Our freedom has finally been found. In these awful times, we've been thrust into a war. They say we'll pay for our crimes, but I want to live a life we're dying for. I'll be your Bonnie if you'll be my Clyde. Outlaws at heart, run until we die. I'd rather spend one day with you standing tall than have a lifetime of safety feeling small. I'd rather spend one day with you standing tall than have a lifetime of safety feeling small. I'll be your Bonnie if you'll be my Clyde. I'll be by your side till the day we die. I'll be your Bonnie if you'll be my Clyde. Someday we'll go down together, and they'll bury us side by side.
Try so hard to play their way, follow the rules but couldn't stay. Chained to a desk like a wage slave, punished no matter how hard I behave. I tried my best to be what they desired, but all it ever got me was feeling tired. I was hurt and wanted to be healed. All I ever wanted was to feel. It was all built on lies. I had to open my eyes. I will no longer be caged. I just wanna feel the rain, 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 rain. I was never taught how to use my mind. All I ever learned was how to march in line, to never question what I was told, to hide in the crowd and never be bold. They tried their best to crush who I am, to get me to buy into their scam, but I was a defect in their system, and I won't settle for being a victim. It was all built on lies. I had to open my eyes. I will no longer be caged. I just wanna feel the rage. just to rage. If you lose because you follow their rules and still keep working as a useful fool, who is really the one to blame if everything stays the same? Nothing good comes from feeding parasites. Crops don't grow only from electrolytes. It was all built on lies. I had to open my eyes. I will no longer be caged. I just wanna feel the rage. Now I just want to rage. Now I just wanna rage. It was all built on lies. I had to open my eyes. I will no longer be caged. I just wanna feel the rage. Now I just want to rage.
Well, that's pretty much it for the stream, folks. Thank you for anybody that tuned in to this show. As a reminder, go check out Paznia.com. Go check out libertyunderattack.com. Some great books on there. Some really good books on there that are definitely worth checking out. But I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're having a very wonderful 420, however you're choosing to celebrate. Just thinking about what it means to be free, feel good, and to be doing the things that you want to do in life. Because it's the first turning over this doomer bullshit. You got stuff to build, you got stuff to be excited about. It's really time for some heroes to, step up. And I don't know. I'm just over the complaining. I think it's like healthy to complain sometimes, but it's kind of old. It's kind of old, folks. So Kaylee Welch, the Beagles podcast producer, she has launched a rap career. I talked about her a little bit on the last show. I'm gonna send you out. I don't think I played this song on the last show. She's got a new one. Music video is out. It is a banger. So go check it out. It's on the Beagle YouTube channel. And I guess Twitter's not the best for like searching for video content, but it's on there as well. I'm going to send you out with this last one, Firecracker. Folks, thank you for tuning in to the show, and I will catch you in 2 weeks. I'll be back from Vegas.
Firecracker, I can't slow down. Driving, I own this town. Burn, it's getting hot. Hear a crackling sound. Burn, it's getting hot. Hear a crackling sound. Firecracker, you know you can't slow me down. Vibing, driving. Daisy Dukes on, cowboy boots, hot blonde. Look at my phone, need cash, wants the bone, but we gotta postpone. Quote right now, I'm in the zone. You can't hold me back, cause I'm on the attack. I got my foot on the gas, cause I'm tired of the trash. She cash on my purse, cause I'm about to send it to the nurse. They call me crazy, cause I'm always going crazy. They say women should be seen, not heard, but I find that absurd, cause I can't shut my mouth, consider the pot stirred. Talking big online, but IRL, you're in airplane mode. You judging me, but your boyfriend is a chode. Firecracker, I can't slow down. Vibing, vibing, driving, I own this town. Burn, burn, it's getting hot, hear a crackling sound. Burn, burn, it's getting hot, hear a crackling sound. Firecracker, you know you can't slow me down. Vibing, vibing, driving, I own this town. Burn, burn, it's getting hot, hear a crackling sound. Burn, burn, it's getting hot, hear a crackling sound. Vibing, vibing, driving, I own this town. Getting turned and about to act up. You gotta be hot if you're gonna disrupt. Wildin' out, but being mostly peaceful. Shit, I just crashed my car like I'm whistling diesel. It ain't about the Benjis, it's all about the bitcoins. Retards like Haley Welch, shit coining with meme coins. Therapist told me to touch grass. I said no, I'm on top of the weather. I know it's unfair, but I can't help that I'm just better. About to tell Morgan Wallen he's a bitch. Watch his face as I make him glitch. NPC scared of me because I'm the main character. Operating on random vibes, not even competitors. First turn mentality while they're doing side quest behavior. I'm leading the movement, but don't call me the savior. I turn chaos into content and now madness has a voice. You should surrender now, cause that's your only choice. Firecracker, I can't slow down.